Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Do make sure that you are subscribed and also do like the video. So this is going to be a short one, you guys. I've been busy, so I haven't really been able to do videos about what's happening with Sibiya, Maumela, the houses, the cars, everything. But this weekend, Yiminani this weekend. Now, you guys, in South Africa right now, it feels like we are only starting now to live our real life, okay, because this is our reality. This is the real in South Africa. The reality is people are abusing their positions, positions where they are put in to serve, South Africans. They are using those positions to enrich themselves. They are looting taxpayers' monies, and they don't even feel guilty about it. They don't even care to do it in such a way that they don't get caught. They just do it in an obvious way. This is our reality in South Africa. When you see people sometimes that are doing so well in South Africa, they have fleet of cars, property here, property there, it can make you feel like, as a South African, that you are not working hard. Because there will be people that will have those things and they're working hard, and they will be seen working hard. But there are people that have all of the things that we dream of, but they haven't worked for them. Sometimes it can make you feel like, am I not working hard enough? But at some point, you'll find out, no, it wasn't the work. Okay, you are working hard enough with your one car that probably needs to be replaced, but you can't afford to buy a new one. You are working hard enough because that's how the economy in South Africa is like right now. And the reason for that is because people are stealing the money that is supposed to go to help the people that it's supposed to help. Now, you guys, listen. This is serious stuff, but I was laughing, okay? Because Mr. Shameless Sibiya. Guys. So they go to his house because now they are trying, I guess, to just see, okay, can we get this money back that these people looted from Tembisa Hospital? And they get the house, you guys. Like, I'm like, listen, even if you are the toppest of the toppest cop, okay, if you are living in a house like that, living in that neighborhood, you need to explain yourself, even without us telling you, without us asking you to explain it. You should explain yourself. What kind of a top cop lives in a house like that? So even in our communities, you guys, like in our communities, we will have, the members of, SAPS in our communities. And we know, they drive these kind of cars, and then they stay in these, houses that look like that. We know the cops that are corrupt. You know the cop that is corrupt because you see the house, you see like, listen, this is not his salary. And we know Baban doesn't have businesses, okay? He's always wearing his SAPS uniform and going to work. So something else is going on here, we know. So even with him, yes, you are a top cop, but listen, what kind of top is this that you live in a house like that, so driving those cars? When I see the tax amount in my payslip, I'll be thinking about Shameless Sibiya from now on. Because, listen, we are not able to live the life that we want to live with our salaries because SARS be there taking some of it. But SARS is taking some of it and giving it to Shameless Sibiya because I shame they're living the life. Was I not laughing now when he was talking about how Mkwanazi is talking about him there by the commission? Remember, it was Madlanga Commission, now it's the ad hoc committee. Listen, you guys, we like committees in South Africa, okay? Things might not get to the courts, but they will get to the commission, okay? We will do the commission. It's our thing in South Africa, okay? Now, he was talking about, Mkwanazi talking about him at the commission, and I'm like, this man wants us to feel sorry for him. Umkhonaz is talking about okay. It's like 1 minute he's talking about me, 1 minute he's talking about something, and then he comes back and talks. That's because cool, like, he just doesn't want to be discussed, okay? Like, don't discuss me that. Why are you mentioning my name too many? It's because the millions are too many of them, okay? The millions that you allegedly took are too many. So we can't just mention you once when you took the millions, okay? He's like not happy with the fact that his name is coming up too many times. It's like Mkonas is just mentioning me too many times. I'm like, I'm and then he continues to say, listen, I'm a policeman, okay? I have caught criminals. I have investigated so many of these organized crimes. I'm like, he was like basically just telling on himself. Okay? And then he continues to say, you know what? My colleagues are treating me like Josepha. You know, guys, I had to go back to like Sunday school days and be like, oh, what happened to Josepha? You know? Remember, Josepha, was he not the last born? But there was something special about Josepha, and he had many brothers, and his brothers were looking, because he was loved by his father. Okay, and his brothers looked at him and they came up with a plan. Joseph, I don't know, but you know, Joseph. So he is saying that his colleagues are treating him like, sir, Joseph was poor, okay? Joseph had no cars and no millions, okay? But I was laughing because I'm like, listen, he really wants us to see him as a victim, okay? But this is the other part, you guys, that he says, that was like, listen, these are not real people, because it cannot be. He goes on to say that his children are victimized by the whole thing of the police or SIU coming to his house. You know, they're supposed to think about his children. I'm like, did you think about the children that are supposed to go to Tembisa Hospital, you know, to get medical, you know, services from the Tembisa Hospital? Did you think about those children? He's like, no. This is too much for my children. Okay, too much for my children. I'm like, listen, sir, okay, who the hell cares about your children? Okay, they probably go to the most expensive school, wear the most expensive clothes. They are going to have the most expensive breakfast just this morning. Okay, while the kids at the Tembisa Hospital are probably having tea with no sugar and a slice of brown bread. Okay, the worst breakfast that you can have. Your kids are having the best right now. But he wanted us to think about his kids. Okay, it's like, listen, you guys, okay, I'm Josepha here. Okay, and my kids are being victimized. Guys, listen. And then there is this whole thing now of Morgan Maumela, because there's been these reports that Morgan Maumela is related to Ramaphosa, okay? And then Ramaphosa is like, no, I don't even know, you know, this Morgan, okay? And I'm like, listen, I understand Ramaphosa, because sometimes my cousins be having babies without telling me, okay? Sometimes I be at the Christmas party and then there's another, you know. I'm like, yes, whose child is this? They're like, your cousin had another baby, you know. So I was like, you know what, I understand Ramaphosa. Because, you know, if that nephew grows up now and then he makes it in life and he's building mansions, I will still not know that nephew. There is no way that I'm going to know my nephew that is so rich that they have 15 Lamborghinis. Like, there is no way that I'm going to know, you know. So I understand Ramaphosa. Sometimes, you know, our cousins be having babies and not tell us, and those babies grow up to be rich and they're involved in corruption, and still, even when they are involved in corruption and all of it, we still don't take the time to go and ask our cousin, guys, isn't that our relative? How am I related to them? Just in case people ask me about it, you know. It's your child, cousin, okay. You know, we don't do that, you know. Even when they're on the news and we're like, hi man, but that one I know. Doesn't that look like our grandmother? We don't ask, you know, we don't ask. So I understand Ramaphosa saying, listen, I don't know this person, okay? I don't know this person that you guys are saying is related to me, okay? And it's so convenient that Ramaphosa is in Dublin, okay? He's not even in the country, okay? He was like, you guys are just doing too much over here. Let me just go near Dublin and see how the Dublins are doing, okay? You know, sometimes you not be wanting to go home during Christmas because it's so busy, you know, and you don't have a place to sleep. You end up having to sleep in the dining room. Ramaphosa was feeling like that, okay? I don't know if I want to be around here with you guys. Can I just go, okay? You know, just call me when the Malanga commission is done. Just call me when the ad hoc is done, you know, because right now it's just, I don't know where to sit. You know, you guys are asking me too many questions. I just want to relax. And he's over there in Dublin, okay? And he left us with a lady as our president. So, but it's a real life, guys. This one is our real life, okay? That the one that we were living, where we were pretending that we don't know that these people are looting money. That was not we were just pretending, okay? It was a nice life, but this one is even nicer. So they are saying, you guys, with Morgan Maumela, okay, they have been able to identify assets to the value of 520 million. 520 million. It's the properties, it's the cars, it's the this, it's the that. But they have been able, those are the ones that they have been able to identify. Okay? That's how much he has. Okay? Guys, like, they don't, it's not called stealing anymore. Okay? Because stealing is like, just tatanyan. That's not stealing. It really is looting. I don't know why everybody was making a big deal when in KZN, in that one, was it July, the people just decided to loot. Okay, because they were doing the same thing that our leaders are doing. Everybody was like, oh my God, okay, how embarrassing. Okay, KZN looting. Listen, we might just loot again. Because listen, people are looting the meal. People are complaining about people between my fridge and washing machines, and they were acting like it's the worst thing ever that they have ever seen in the whole entire world. How can somebody be carrying a fridge? Okay. And the way Bebe Namandla Ngakona went to that time, people are acting like that. But they're busy doing the same thing there by the Tembisa Hospital and other hospitals. So don't think of going to Tembisa Hospital as the exception, okay? Because the reason we know about the Tembisa Hospital is because of the woman that ended up losing her life, Papita, okay? And thank God, okay, she's fighting from beyond the grave, because we wouldn't have known this, okay? Papita and Mkhonas should have been married, okay? And Mkhonas should have been the president and Papita the first lady, because listen, they are sorting out South Africa, okay? Then there's the chief of staff, okay? You send Mkhonas chief of staff. What kind of chief of... Listen, you guys, I know we always say that English is not a sign of intelligence, but listen, you are not going to be a chief of staff with the English like that, sir, hey? Listen, okay, let me tell you something. This is a thing about English. You understand? When you go to, let's say you go to schools in KZN, like rural schools like I did, okay? Everything you learn in Zulu, okay? When you're learning maths, they say, uwhy lona sisolva, uwhy ulingana no x, you learn in Zulu. So you are not used to speaking English. But once you move to university, then you get used to using English. You might get a word or two there wrong. I still do, a word or two, because obviously if you're typing in a computer, it corrects you, okay? But when you have to speak, it's another thing. So now when you move to university, then you start, and then when you start working, you don't have a choice, okay? Except when you are my employer, because sometimes in a meeting, I'd be like, making my point, and so I'm like, listen, okay, you guys will have to interpret for the others. This is what I'm trying to say, okay? So it depends where you work. But once you add the employer, it kind of forces you to speak English. And if you do your job, if you are wherever you are, if you are doing the job that you are supposed to do, your English is going to improve, sir. There is no way that you can be, the chief of staff that cannot make a sentence in English. A sentence in English. That chief of staff, I was like, how? It's a cousin of a cousin, that one. Was trying to explain, okay? So now he comes and says, because his whole thing was not in the media, okay? He says that even with him, he was raided, okay? It was like, how, journalists, why are you not here? Because the journalists went to Shameless Sibiya, they went to Morgan Maumela's house, but they never went to the chief of staff, okay? Chief of staff's house. The chief of staff is like, how? Why are you not here? Why the journalists are not coming here? Because the journalists are like, we won't even understand what you're saying, okay? We've been trying to listen to you, but we won't be able to understand. And he starts, I'm like, listen, they were doing too much. I'm like, Senzo, how the hell? I'm not even like thinking they should ask for that guy's matric certificate, because he Yes, there is no way that guy has a matric certificate. He's trying to explain this whole thing of the police coming with the number plates and what, and then there were and he says that we also need to explain that. So they took our phones and they took our laptops and and we were preparing to go to the commission. I'm like, yeah, but we need those laptops and those phones. Listen, guys, I know they took the laptops and the phones, but these people were already knowing that the people are coming. So I'll be surprised if it's the correct phones and the correct laptops that were taken, okay? But I was just shocked, you guys. I was shocked by the fact that Cedric, I think it's Cedric Kabindo or something, who is supposed to be chief of staff, cannot even put a sentence together. It's not even get the English being wrong. Like, you're not even making sense in what you are saying. How are you the chief of staff? Guys, listen, but that's what's happening in South Africa. I just wanted to come here and tell you, this weekend I will be updating you guys. But listen, we are living our real lives in South Africa right now. It's so nice. It's like a woman that is freshly divorced. Why did I stay with that man for so long and they start glowing and all of that? Okay, this is us in South Africa right now. Okay, the world is looking like, guys, you mean you did not know the people were looting? And we're like, no, we knew. We just were not ready. We were not ready. And Mkhwanazi came and said, listen, guys. So listen, of course, today I'll be following to what's happening now with Josepha. I think out of everybody here, I'm interested in Josepha because I want to know what happens to Josepha's house, Josepha's car. I want to know what's happening with Josepha's children. At this point, I want to know the children of Josepha because Josepha was very concerned, because his brothers. Guys, listen, South Africa is a comedy series, okay? And the way that I'm laughing, I shouldn't, because that is my money over there, okay? That is my tax money that is built. Guys, the gays, and guys, listen, we just need to scrap the whole thing of journalists in South Africa. I am going to say that because let's just scrap it. We don't have journalists. We don't have it. You should listen to the way that they are reporting this story. And even the questions that they're asking, listen, we all know that these people are not victims. Why are you asking Shadrach Sibiya questions like he's a victim? What have they done? Oh, what have they taken? Hi, boy, you should be asking that man, is there anything you want to say? Do you want to confess? Okay? Don't be asking that man questions like he's a victim. Like the journalists in South Africa be shady. And then they're talking about, they came to, Morgan Maumela's compound, okay? They came to Shadrach Sibiya's compound. It is not a compound, okay? It's a mansion. It's a mansion. And I'm not talking about being mentioned on social media. Not that one, okay? The other mansion, okay? It's a mansion. So at the compound. They're talking as if it's one of those compounds we see in the Nigerian movies. Okay? It's nothing like that. Why are you calling it a compound? Okay, it's a compound. It's not a mansion. Maybe we can call Babu Zuma's home, a compound. That's a compound, okay? But you can't really be calling this, just say, say what it is. It's mansion. They have multiple mansions all over the country. By the way, you guys, listen, if you live in Sandton, I'm looking at you because a lot is going on in that place, okay? I think everybody that lives in Sandton should be investigated. Just in case, let's just do that, okay? When Qantas is done with the commission, because let me tell you something, they are wasting that man's time so much in these commissions. I don't even understand why we're doing it, but fine. When he's done with the commissions, he should just investigate everybody that lives in Sandton. You live in Sandton, you need to be investigated. That's it. We're tired, okay? We're tired, okay, of just getting you one by one, okay? Let's just investigate everybody that owns property in Sandton, and let's be done with Sandton, and then we'll move to other areas. I think it will be easy like that. But don't stop calling those houses compound. Like what? A Nigerian movie? It's the mansion. Okay. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I guess it's on Bonange weekend. Bye. Keep busy. Thank you so much. Ngintanda kakhulu.